What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, guys? I had a busy day. I normally work out in the evening time, but I have decided to work out in the morning time. And it is very interesting. I like working out in the morning better, but I've been working out in the evening because it gives me, my days just be too full. So I'm doing a whole reversal of my day, and this is day one, and it's been very crazy because I had to do a lot of errands and parenting and chauffeuring people around, and so I'm trying a new thing to where I sleep, because I work night shift, if you guys can't tell, but I try to sleep during the evening. We'll see how that works out. My dog is the person who actually woke me up today, because she's barking are you coming out of there or what? So we'll see. It's day one. So far I feel somewhat alert. So it's day one. I went back to the gym. I haven't been to the gym since COVID, really, and I mean, we all know the gym was nasty pre-COVID, after COVID, but you still got that little paranoia, people coughing, all this crap. But I went to the gym. I used to love the gym. I used to go every single day, and I'm just trying to get back in the rhythm of that. I do work out. I normally just work out at my house, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how being back in the gym and seeing people, hearing music you don't want to hear, and just people in your way. We'll see how amazing this goes. So day one down, a million more to go. Like I said, I used to be a gym rat. You can keep me out of there, but being at home is just so much better. You can just literally, with me, I wear my nightgown to work out. I just literally go downstairs, put on some tennis shoes, and I do say tennis shoes. I don't say tennis shoes or sneakers, but put on those in my nightgown and no bra, just living it up, working out. But now, being back in the gym, I actually have to get dressed. So it's just a whole new pattern that I have to get used to. So yeah. Let's get into some news. So Shaquille O'Neal was in the hospital this weekend. I really don't know what is going on with Shaquille, because he was kind of on the run from, I won't say on the run, but he had that whole crypto debauchery, and he was kind of trying to run from getting served papers, but he was in the hospital. He had hip surgery. But someone tweeted a picture of him from the hospital bed, which was kind of crazy. But yeah, he had a hip surgery, and he tweeted a picture from his hospital bed, which is kind of crazy. Biden issued his first veto on the retirement investment resolution. So the last time I read this, I tried to understand it. So let's see if it'll make more sense to me today. So President Biden issued the first veto of his presidency Monday on the resolution to overturn a retirement investment rule that allows managers of retirement funds to consider the impact of climate change on other environmental, social, and governance factors when picking investments. Republican lawmakers led the push to pass a resolution through Congress, arguing the rule is a woke policy that pushes a liberal agenda on Americans and will hurt retirees' bottom lines, while Democrats say it's not about ideology and will help investors. The resolution, which would rescind a Department of Labor rule, passed both chambers of Congress, with the Democrat Senator Joe Manchin and Jon Tester voting with Republicans in the Senate. I just signed this veto because legislation passed by Congress will put at risk the retirement savings of individuals across the country. They couldn't take into consideration investments that would be impacted by climate, impacted by overpaying executive, and that's why I vetoed it. It makes sense to veto it, Biden said in a video posted on social media. Biden signed the veto. The veto makes good on Biden's frequent promise to veto legislation passed by a GOP-controlled House he disagrees with. Even before Republicans took control of that chamber, Biden often mentioned his ability to nix their priorities. The good news is I'll have a veto pen, he told a group of donors in Chicago just days before November midterms. Opponents of the rule could try to override Biden's veto, but at this point it appears unlikely they could get a 2/3 majority needed in each chamber to do so. Biden's first veto reflects the reality of a changed political order. So I'm reading all this to be like, what does this still mean? It says, so Schumer said Republicans are missing or ignoring a important point. Nothing in the Labor Department rules imposes a mandate. This isn't about ideological preference. It's about looking at the biggest picture possible for investments to minimize risk and maximizing returns. He said nothing is in their rule, that is literally allowing the free market to do its work. The rules simply make sure the retirement plan fiduciaries must engage in a risk and return analysis. I guess we'll see what happens with the fallout of this, because it still makes no sense, like this whole thing about the retirement and if it's a climate or social or economical change, investors can pretty much, in my mind, mess with your savings, your 401k and stuff. So we'll see. I'll see what happens with this. It's kind of strange. And all the things for Biden to veto. Yeah. So Amanda Bynes is placed on a 72-hour psychiatric hold. That was the little Disney girl who never came back. She called 911 on herself on Sunday. The actress was reportedly found wandering around downtown Los Angeles naked and alone. When she came out of a psychotic episode, she supposedly flagged down a car and asked for help. Law enforcement sources tell the outlet Bynes was taken to a nearby police station, and a mental team determined she needed to be placed on a 5150, which is when a person is detained for a 72-hour psychic evaluation. Her ex-fiance says she's been off her meds for a minute. The 36-year-old, I didn't know she was that old, has sought treatment for mental issues. In 2014, she claimed on Twitter that she had been diagnosed with bipolar affective disorder and manic depression, but later walked the statement back. Bynes has spoken about struggling with addiction to prescription Adderall. The former child star made headlines in 2013 for run-ins with the police as a string of troubling episodes played out in public. She was placed in involuntary psychiatric hold after starting a fire in a driveway at a Thousand Oaks, California home. Her conservatorship was first established in 2014. She's the Man star was involuntary hospitalized again, and the conservatorship was made permanent. The conservatorship was terminated last March with the support of her parents. Following today's decision of judge to terminate my conservatorship, I would like to thank my fans for their love and well wishes during this time. Yeah, dude. I always say, man, these people get a hold of some bad drugs or something, because it's like their mental health never comes back intact. And I know for all y'all Britney fans, I feel like Britney is in the same boat. Let's see what else is going on. Scientists discover intense heat waves lurking at the bottom of the ocean. If you guys are interested in science, it's the blob, developed off the coast of Alaska and soon stretched as far as South Mexico. Lingered far longer than anyone expected. At one point, buoying, bobbing atop the ocean near Oregon, detected frightening jumps in temperature to 7 degrees Celsius in less than an hour. The ocean was sweltering, but scientists, with their attention fixed on temperature data streaming in from the ocean's surfaces, had little idea what was transpiring in the depths below. Shelf waters. Yeah. Heat waves. I'm kind of like power reading this because I don't want to read all this stuff. They're called marine heat waves. It says they occur at the same time in shallow regions where surface and bottom waters mingle. The analysis find, and they can spike up to 5 degrees Celsius, but in deeper parts, without any indication warming at the surface. That means it can be happening without fisheries managers realizing it until it starts to impact. So it's a whole thing going on in that ocean, I'm telling you. Hot oceans, seaweed blobs, just all kind of crazy stuff going on. So today is the day if we find out if Trumpster is getting arrested. Who knows? They say he might on that whole Stormy Daniels hush money situation. I mean, if he does, it'll just be for show. I really can't see him. I mean, it's the crime that they're trying to charge him for is not that crimeable. So I saw some plants that you guys need to Google, plants that you can put in your house, and I gotta remember these, like lavender and all this stuff. This is supposed to be something that flies hate. So this is on my list to do. I need to do that before it warms up. There's like a list of 7 plants that you can buy for your home that repels mosquitoes, all the above, and I need these plants in my life because I cannot stand these little freaking flies and stuff. So let's see what else is going on. World's happiest countries. Finland is number 1. Google is laying off people. Foot Locker is closing 400 stores by 2026. And Popeyes is filing for bankruptcy. That chicken has been off. Those sandwiches that were all the craze, I'm telling you, they're frozen now. Like the last time I had one, it wasn't even edible. I couldn't even eat it. It was gross. Great. An emerging fungal threat spread at an alarming rate in U.S. healthcare right when I'm back in the gym. Rupert Murdoch is engaged to Mary. Money. Isn't it great? Kudos to his girlfriend, though. Miami Beach rejects that curfew that I talked about yesterday. I guess Miami said that they will not set a curfew. So I guess they overrode it. They voted no. There's that. I say, y'all ain't know about to mess up my money. All the times I've been to Miami, I've never experienced any crime. Knock on wood. Well, I'll take that back. I did have a van get broken into, but that was literally this kid. I had a kid with me that did not close the van door, and it was kind of like, I mean, yes, people shouldn't steal, but that door was ajar. So yes, they stole like some money and some phones and crap that was left by kids, but it's almost like it was like a dangling carrot to a thief. But really, of all the times I've been to Miami, that is the only time that I've been like experienced crime. But even still, I couldn't even get mad at these people because literally we left it open. Magic Johnson is trying to buy the NFL Washington Commanders. Hollywood is bracing for a writer's strike. There's a Frame TV that Samsung is selling if you're into that kind of stuff. So this dentist, he in Colorado, he was arrested early Sunday morning on the murder charges and poisoning death of his wife. According to the release of the Aurora Police Department, they launched an investigation into the woman's suspicious death after James Tolliver, 45, drove his wife, 43, to the hospital around 8:45 on Wednesday because she was having severe headaches and dizziness. The wife's condition deteriorated quickly after arriving at the hospital, and she was placed on a ventilator in intensive care where she was declared medically brain dead a short time later. Police determined the woman had been poisoned, and a warrant for first-degree murder was obtained after doctors made the decision to take her off life support early Sunday morning. Craig was arrested and booked into jail around 2 a.m. on Sunday. When the suspicious details of this case came to light, our team of officers and homicide detectives worked to uncover the truth behind the victim's sudden illness and death. Division Chief Mark Hillebrand said in a release, it was quickly discovered that this was in fact a heinous, complex, and calculated murder. I'm very proud of our major crimes homicide. What did he poison her with? That was my whole point of reading that. It didn't work, dude. All that and it didn't even work. I'm just trying to make sure. Let's see. Jury convicts 3 in the 2018 and rapper XXXTentacion. They were all found guilty of first-degree murder, armed robbery. He was only 20. He was shot and killed outside a motorsports store in Broward County in June 2018. They robbed him of $50,000 in cash. This story made a lot of headlines because a lot of people were assuming that Drake was somehow involved, but I guess they never got Drake to come testify, so I guess it wasn't as, he either, the reason why people were thinking, because he kind of rapped about it in his lyrics, but who knows. The Isley brothers are suing each other over the trademark. That's sad. They're like a little bit too old to be beefing, man. Giselle is still out enjoying her beach day with her new boo thing in Costa Rica. I still don't care enough to see who these people are. I know that Tom Brady has him a new girlfriend too. Let's see what else is going on. Besides the whole Trump possibly getting arrested tomorrow, I think it's really been a slow news day. Dang. So 2 teenagers are arrested in a robbery of a lady who was body slammed and they paralyzed her. Houston police arrested a teenager who robbed a mom of 3 and body slammed her, causing paralysis from the waist down. Wow, the incident happened around 11:30 on February 13 after New Hong Truong withdrew $4,300 from a bank for an upcoming trip. Detective of the robbery division said Joseph Hartwell, 17, and Zykiah Woods, 19, followed her to her car for more than 20 miles after she left the bank. They said that she exited the vehicle and assaulted her, robbing her of her purse and wallet. Police said Harold returned to assault the victim again when he realized he got the wrong envelope containing $4,300 cash she was carrying. Our male suspect has exited the vehicle driven by Miss Woods here and assaulted the victim first by trying to take her purse and her wallet. Eventually, learning he didn't have the money, she withdrew. He went back and assaulted her again by picking her up and body slammed her down onto the concrete. She was left unconscious on the sidewalk. She suffered cracked ribs, a fractured spine, paralyzing her from the waist down. The brutal attack was caught on a nearby surveillance video. When I saw it, it just made me mad as hell. Mayor Sylvester Turman said at the news conference he slammed her down like she was a bag of potato. The surveillance camera also caught the license plates on Woods' car. Woods was arrested and she quickly confessed, implicating Harold. Harold was picked up by the Houston PD. According to court records, they show he was charged with aggravated assault for robbing a woman of her purse 12 days after he assaulted. So this dude was just out. That's terrible. That's so terrible. Watch y'all back when y'all were drawing money and stuff, because shoot, man, I hate having cash on me. I literally don't ever have cash on me if I don't have to. That is sickening. Fan poops in the aisle near Hillary and Chelsea Clinton's Broadway show. Gotta love New York. Yeah, that is kind of it on the news. I guess we'll get into some not hot, but story time Reddit style. Let's see what little kooky people are talking about today. Let's get into the ass women. I'm still tripping about is it in yet? That was so funny. Okay, this should be interesting. What is your best advice on giving oral to a woman? Let's see. Married to a woman here, so hopefully you have 2 layers of perspective for you. Be gentle. There's a time and a place for stiff tongue, and it's almost never. Some women may like it towards the end, but wait until she asks. Try not to lap at it like a kitten. That just feels like tapping sensation and it's annoying. Stick your face in there and swirl, baby. I don't like the swirl. Don't swirl for me. I like the kitten lapping. I don't want you swirling around. You're making a mess. So, no. Don't forget to use your hands. Don't use your hands unless you're like getting a certain spot that you just need to. Don't forget to use your hands. Grab her hips, pull her apart gently. Okay, I can get with that. Tease her interests, etc. My partner enjoys a nibble play. Do not nibble on me. So I put some lube on there. You gotta put lube on there? Why? You doing it wrong. Be open to feedback. If she's vocal about it, great. Listen to her and confirm that what you're doing is how she likes it. If she's not that vocal, you'll have your mouth full, but find ways to ask for feedback. Enjoy the journey. Some women might take longer, so mix it up. If your tongue gets sore, I hum, blow, suck, use my fingers, go up for a kiss, let her ride my face, whatever. It's all about her, and I just want her to last so her pleasure is drawn out. My suggestion is to be enthusiastic about What you're doing is such a vulnerable, powerful position for both of you, and you should feel proud of doing what you can. I can see that. Please just don't go straight into it really rough and end fast. It hurts. Almost every woman needs to be warmed up. Start with your hand as a warm up, not a quick touch either. Really feel around the clit, gently rub in varying angles. The angles you feel her moan at, remember the motion. When she is wet, go down to lick in the exact motion that made her moan. See, this guy's studying. Different women have different pressure. I've dated many women who only want light licks, but my current partner needs extreme pressure, which I only recently found out I have to grow towards. Lick lightly in that general area, then increase to experiment, but not hard unless you've heard zero moans. Zero moans. In fact, you've heard zero moans, experiment licking other areas before you go hard. This is funny, but I love this conversation because a lot of y'all men don't know what y'all doing. I had a friend that her husband could not, and she would move her body around. He could never get the right spot. She tried to put candy, everything. It was just, some men are really bad at this, so I can get behind this thread. Yeah, that was interesting. It could go on, but you guys get the idea. But don't bite, unless she likes that kind of stuff. I mean, the thing is, every woman is different, so tomato. Orgasms make women say the darndest thing. No, I will say for me, that's not true, but I do, if my husband puts it down, I'm going to treat him like a king. Whatever he wants, whatever he needs, whatever you like, I will be there for you, your majesty. Do you like your breasts being touched while on your period? No, for me. Heck no. Some women said depends. Sometimes they hurt. Sometimes it's okay. Somebody said yes, but while pregnant or breastfeeding, no. Has a guy ever farted while you were going down on him? You've asked this question 8 times in the past 16 days. At this point, you might as well find some gassy dudes and conduct your own research. Never happened, but I would just pretend I didn't notice. No, I'll just sit on his face and fart if that happens. Yeah, somebody is literally wanting this question answered, so if somebody could do that, go ahead. Let's see what the men are talking about. That was Ask Women. This is interesting. What would happen if porn suddenly disappeared? Do you mean if every single video image disappeared from the internet? Give it a couple of hours, there'll be more. Then we'll go back to jacking off to Victoria's Secret catalog and their imagination. There would then be only one website titled Bring Back the Porn. A lot of OnlyFans creators would have a great job. Porn finds a way. I would draw pictures of boobies. Yeah, men, if porn disappeared, men really don't need porn. I mean, porn is just makes money. That's why it's so big. But come on, men, they would figure it out. What is the easiest way for me to attract a man? Initiate. Don't do anything in modern media tells you to do. Go out to the man you're interested in and talk to him. Let things be clear. Understand that there is a major difference between what women think men should want and what men want. Honestly, be yourself, be tidy, be active during one of the conversations. If the man is attracted to you, then great. Else, you can try to find another man. You can't force attraction. You see, somebody said men like shiny things. Look him in the eyes, smile, go up to him, or wave him over. Interesting. Somebody said show your boobs. For all you parents out here, here's a good question. What important things do I need to tell my 3 teenage sons before they leave home? How to feed themselves, shopping, cooking, cleaning, plan a menu, plan a week's worth of food, how to stock a basic kitchen, how to sharpen a kitchen knife, laundry, and basic housework, budgets and bill paying, understand the difference between gross pay and net, how to stay on budget, and how to use your credit, the value of assets. Never believe nut in me. I'm on birth control, Manscaped, or prevent swamp ass. If you need money, rob a drug dealer as they won't report it. Never actually believe the stripper likes you. If you're going to do drugs, at least do ones that are fun and allow you to keep your teeth. Don't eat out the one night stand. Don't eat out the one night stand. This is wild. Always wear a condom, trust no one, and no one wants a kid as a teenager. Don't do drugs, yada, yada, yada. How to file taxes, buy a house, and that. They can always stay with you if they want to, unless they can't, in which case, never mind. Don't put your dick in crazy. Listen, that's kind of hard, because a lot of you men love crazy women. Wrap up tight before getting into bed with someone. Always focus on setting up a secure future. Once you're good enough alone, then consider everything else. For my son, I try to teach him money management. Yeah, how to cook, how to, don't eat out every day. Don't freaking DoorDash every day of your life. And yeah, money management, basic cleaning, and just enjoying his space, enjoying his time as a bachelor. And I think, like, in this new era we live in, single is the way to go. Like, I know that a lot of people like to be in relationships, but I've always taught my kids to be selfish with their time. Like, when that time comes, knock yourself out, but enjoy your peace, enjoy your time. I never got that, and so I love the fact that my sons, my oldest, he dates, but he really kind of is a solo dolo dude, and I love that for him, because enjoy. Like, there's so many ways to communicate with people or not communicate with people that you don't have to go out and spend your money. And especially as men, they have to spend their money on dates and all that, which is great. But if it's not worth it, don't do it because society says so. Let's see. Let's do one more. Let's do Ask Reddit in general. Let's do something lighthearted. Let's do what food crimes have you committed? I guess this would be a food crime because I guess nobody does this, but we were raised in my house. We put syrup on grilled cheese. Like, I don't eat grilled cheese without syrup. So I guess that's a food crime to people, but it's good to me. I can't eat a grilled cheese without syrup. It's strange. But these are bad. Mayo pizza, peanut butter banana mayo sandwich. I like to crumble potato chips into ice cream. That's not terrible. That's like eating fries with ice cream. I like ketchup on steak. That means your steak is trash. A lump of cheese with my cereal. Someone said I ate steak well done until I was 40 something. Some people still do that. I put Oreos with honey mustard. Melted gummy bears on a plain cheeseburger. That's wild. Yeah, these are interesting, guys. These could go on and on. Lettuce mustard sandwich. That's not terrible. Cottage cheese and chocolate in a pita. What the heck? Lettuce, cheese, and mayo sandwich. Ketchup Alfredo pasta. What? I like to eat cold soup. Yeah. Yogurt on spaghetti. These are getting worse. Milk with tea. Now, when I was younger, when I was poor, and I wanted some extravagant thing, I don't know why this was good, but I liked hot dogs with a Thousand Island on it. And it was good. And you probably can pay me to eat one now, but it was good back then. I don't know why that combination. It's like Big Mac sauce, like with a hot dog. I don't know. I mean, if you hear somebody creating this, they stole it from me. But it was good when I was a kid. But you know, when you broke, you make up meals, you know. But that is all for me tonight. F is for Family is signing off. You guys have an amazing, amazing night. And I will be back tomorrow to talk about whether Trump got arrested or not. We'll find out. You guys have a good night.